What's up, guys? Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another deck profile. So today we've got another GOAT deck profile, the Chaos Turbo deck. Maybe a bit of Chaos Control aspects as well. It's not like balls to the wall Turbo, but it is a pretty good build. I would definitely say. I've played a good bit. I did make a lot of changes recently, and we'll talk about those changes a little bit. I was playing like Mystic Tomato and stuff. I changed around some stuff, but let's go ahead and get into it. So for your Chaos cards, I played 1 BLS and 2 Sorcerer. I know you can play 3 Sorcerer, but I was bricking a lot on like, these guys and not like starter cards, or, I would have a couple and they'd get knocked and then I'd just be behind the game. So I cut this down to 2, and I've been liking it a lot. You still have a lot of your explosive, kill you turns, but you have a lot less like just mid-range games where you're playing like a sorcerer and then just like in defense position banishing their play card and then just like swinging with like a Tsukuyomi every turn or something. You have a little bit less of that, but this is really good. I think 3 is, pretty consistent. We have a lot of draw power with like the Moths bringing back, your good spells and stuff, and you don't really ever like have to worry about discards because we have every card that like is a free discard. So yeah, I think this is pretty sufficient, but I did like 4 when I played it, so maybe we'll go back to the 3rd Chaos Orc. Next, we played the triple Thunder Dragon. So this is pretty standard to the Chaos Turbo strategy. Of course, getting lights into the graveyard is a pretty big deal for this deck, and we play a lot of good darks and not that many good lights. So this is pretty good. You just get this turn 1, pitch it. You get 2 cards. It's your best Pot of Greed ever. Essentially a Pot of Greed. Just where the draws you got were the worst card in your deck, but it's still +1, which is pretty good. +1, it's instantly sets up a light, but it's also a 1600 guy in your grave, which can be pretty good. For your big turns, you have like pre-mat and stuff like that. I did cut call recently though, but yeah, it's pretty good. Thunder Dragon's good for the deck. Then we played double Night Assailant. So the thing about Night Assailant is that you just keep discarding it, and you have infinite discards, which is really good. We're playing Graceful, we're playing Card of Destruction, we're playing triple Regeki Break, we're playing Tribe. There's a lot of really good discards, and this is a really good dark for that. Of course, this can be kind of annoying to like, set and then get knocked, so you don't really want to set it like ever, but if it does get, if you have to, it's knocked, then whatever, it's not the end of the world. But we play a really big flip effect engine, so these are really good early to late game, even when you're not just infinite discarding. They're also just like good to get back good cards. So this is good. You'll like Graceful Charity, like pitch this and flip sometimes and just add back the flip, so you're you're actually plussing from Graceful. There's a lot of times where this card's really good, and just like if you have to set pop, it's not bad, and then it puts the other in grave, so then when you discard this one, you can get the other back. So it's pretty good. You only play 2 because they're infinite, but yeah, card's really good. Then another infinite card, of course, like, we have a lot of discard, right? Triple Thunder Dragon, double Night Assailant, 1 Sinister, like, we are discards forever, so it's pretty good. Into the actual flip engine. So like I said, we play the double Night Assailant for flips, but we also have these cards in Tsukuyomi, which is really good. So triple Spy, this is a really good dark. It replenishes itself. It's a +1 when you set it and your opponent attacks in with something small, which is pretty good. You get another guy. It's a pretty good wall. It's also pretty good damage. Like you set this and your opponent just like sets a background pass, then boom, you're doing 24. You have darks in circulation, which is really good. Once you see Thunder Dragon, you're like set up on the Chaos front, so that's really good. A couple more flips that are actually dark as well as Dekoichi. I'm playing 2 Dekoichi. I've flipped back and forth from 3. I've even played 1 at one point. Dekoichi is really good. It's a 1400. It's really strong, but it's also a flip draw, which is incredibly strong. And we're playing Tsukuyomi, so you set this guy, it doesn't get knocked, you get a draw card, and then you swing in maybe, and then you Tsukuyomi it back down, and you just like draw a whole lot, and it's really good, and it's really insane that these are all darks, because the rest of our flips are also light and dark, which is just incredibly good. We have double Magician of Faith here. I do like 3. I'm not gonna lie, I do like 3 a lot, but when you just get knocked right off the bat, this card feels so bad. So that's why we're kind of playing 2-2. And then 3 of this. I don't know. These ratios can definitely change. These used to be Mystic Tomato. No, these were triple Mystic Tomato earlier in the, the last revision of this deck. And it was really cool. You can bring out Cyberjar and then like Tsukuyomi. So definitely cool. Definitely cool. Like Mystic Tomatoes really good in this deck. But I think that's better in the Chaos Control version than these cards that are a little bit more like aggressive, right? They don't replace themselves, they give you another card. So that's kind of like the idea with these cards is lights and darks that give you more cards. It makes sense. And then to finish off the flip engine, we've got both the jars and 2 Tsukiyomis. So that's kind of the whole flip engine, right? Like we have both these jars. This, a lot of the time, you just win off of. You set this, protect it with a Regeki Break. Next turn, you flip it, and then get yourself some chaos cards and stuff, and then just kill them. That's kind of the plan with this card. But if you have to set this without other stuff, and you just flip it during their turn, they get to +5, and then set, all their cards in their hand. They'll probably draw Judgment, because a lot of people play Judgment, and then you can't heavy and kill them. So, yeah, defensively, this card sucks, but when you play it and then win, it's really good. And same with Morphing Jar. These cards are incredibly annoying playing around, so a lot of players don't even super play around. Obviously, Morphing Jar at 1 in the meta it's gonna come up, but yeah, these cards all serve a really good purpose, and it's good. And Tsukiyomi, I really want to play 3, and I kind of want to play 3, so this might change to 3 in the future. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this card was at 2. A lot of GOAT. I really did think that card was at 2, so I don't know. But it's a really good flip engine. Next, just some good monsters. So, of course, we play the Tribe. I'm playing Sangan, Breaker, and DD Warrior Lady. These cards are all light and dark, which is really good for the Chaos strategy as well, but they're also just incredibly strong normal summons. And Tribe is Tribe. We play literal infinite discards sometimes, so we can just, board wipe the wildest of boards that have, 4 different types on the field, and yeah, it's good. These cards are all insane in this deck. Next, our spells. Of course, Pot of Greed, Graceful, Delinquent, and of course Card Destruction in this deck. We're not going to not play any of these in any deck, but this card in this deck is insane. It's actually just so good. So yeah, we're playing those 4. Then I played Double Knock. Knock is just so strong in this format. Knock is... it's Knock, everybody's playing Moths, Decoichis, Spies. There's so many good set cards. Even things like Sinister, when you got people backed into a corner, is just insane. Some people will set their Mystic Tomato type cards, Shining Angel in the meta. Some people will set them. You can knock it, get it out of here. Knock's just insane. It's good format. Knock's at 2. We're playing GOAT. We're playing GOAT. We're playing Double Knock. It just makes sense. Now for all these cards that everybody already is playing. Your 1-ofs and GOAT, we're going to be playing these cards. They're insane. Snatch Steal, Premature, MST, Heavy, they're all insane. Heavy, obviously this is the worst of these 4, but this outs these. It's insane. These cards are just absurd. All these cards, you're going to play them in just about any GOAT deck. That's it for the spells. We'll go ahead and talk about some traps here. So, as far as the traps go, I played triple Regeki Break. And then the trio of crazy traps. This is all I played for traps. Just a small lineup. I do like Phoenix Wing. For a while, I was playing 2-2, 2 Regeki Break, 2 Phoenix Wing. I kind of want to play triple Regeki Break, 1 Phoenix Wing. The problem kept occurring where my opponent would summon BLS, and it would be game, so I had to Phoenix Wing it, and then next turn I would draw into not enough to get around it, and they would summon BLS and kill me again. This would happen with BLS, this would happen with Chaos Sorcerer, this would happen with Premature, Snatch Steal, this would happen with so many cards, and Regeki Break came up as a more usable card way more frequently. This outs the problem while, Phoenix Wing puts it off. Phoenix Wing is obviously better sometimes. Your opponent's in a very simplified game state and they set a monster. Phoenix Wing, that is insane. Regeki Break doesn't, stop them from having a turn next turn when, the other one, or the Phoenix Wing would just stop their draw a lot of the time. But in this format, I like Regeki Break a lot more most of the time. Now, post-sideboard, maybe we'll switch that out. But, no sideboard today. Maybe after a little while we'll do another updated build of this deck with sideboard. But for now, just main deck. We can talk about extra deck, but I'm not playing Metamorphosis. I don't plan on siding Metamorphosis, so just main deck for this. But any Metamorphosis deck, I'll show side deck. But yeah, that's about it for the Chaos Turbo deck. The Chaos Turbo deck, I think when I featured it on the channel, it had Mystic Tomatoes in it, so this is a different version, but. We'll get this in some games, and yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe for sure. Makes a huge difference. It really does. So, goodbye.